real estate is a complicated subject. And I know a lot of people be like, they don't want to have to deal with all of the hassles from it. Yes, there is hassles. And I want to take you back to when I first started learning about real estate. What made me want to jump into it? What made me actually jump into it? And things like that. So it all started. I was in prison, and one of my mentors in prison, he was very smart. Like he was just smarter than everybody that I knew at that moment. So he used to tell me about investing and things like that, real estate, stock market, all of these type of investments. So we sat down, we talking, we going through plans for when I get out. He had 20 years in prison. So he wasn't getting out for a long time. So I guess he just wanted to see other people get out, thrive, succeed, and not go the same route that he went. So he used to tell me about investing. And one day he said to me, "All right, Donald, I hear you, man, but what you gonna do with it?" And we was talking about the money. I was like, man, when I get out, I'm about to get this money. I'm about to get in the stock market. I'm about to get this money. And he seemed kind of agitated when I said that. And he was like, man, I hear you, but what you gonna do with it? And it just hit me kind of different. Like, what you mean what I'm gonna do with it? I'm gonna enjoy it. But it wasn't like until recently, like when I got out, when I started doing all of the things that I said I was going to do, it wasn't until then that I really understood what he was talking about. And he was talking about, yeah, you're going to get the money. Getting money is easy. That's the easy part. We can all do that. It's grass is up and down the street that you could go cut, get $20, $40, and you good. What are you going to do with it? And that right there, like it just struck something in me. And it was like I had an epiphany recently, like, oh, this is what you do with it. And real estate, I feel, is what you do with the money. Real estate can be how you get the money. You can fix and flip and wholesale and get some money doing real estate. Yeah. But real estate is what you do with the money. And it's a lot of reason why it's what you do with the money. And that's what I want to break down so you can understand where I was at, where I'm going now. All right. So when you understand real estate, you understand that it's a property. It's something that everybody needs, no matter what. Everybody gonna need it into eternity. Somebody needs somewhere to live. So if you have real estate, you have something that everybody in the world needs. All right, that's number one. And then the next thing is when you get the real estate, when you get something that everybody needs, they'll pay you for it, right? So if you get a duplex or a threeplex or a big enough house where people can live in with you, now you have something that people need and that you can supply them with, right? It's all about supply and demand. It's a big demand for housing. People don't have places to live to accommodate their whole family, right? So if you get a big enough place, you are what they need. So that was the first step to understanding it. Like get you something that you can resell, that you can rent out, right? To get some income coming in. That's the first step. And then look at it like this. You bought $100,000 building, right? That $100,000 building will be worth 200,000 in 10 to 20 years. All right. So in 10 to 20 years, you'll make $100,000. But the thing with that is over that time, it's going to need maintenance. It's gonna need a roof, some plumbing, uh, pay taxes, all of these things. It's gonna need. So that 100,000 that you're gonna make over the next 20 years is not really gonna be 100,000 because you'll be paying that 100,000 up front, right? For your maintenance. So how do you get around that? You get around that by putting people in it to pay that for you. And what I mean by this is if you put somebody in a place, that you owe $100,000 on. And let's say after you pay your mortgage, you have $300 left over. So that $300 left over that you have, that'll be 3,600 at the end of the year. You made $3,600 by just simply letting somebody live in your property. Now, over time, you will have made $30,000, $36,000 in 10 years. If you let them live in that property that long, you make $300 a month in profit. So the profit after you pay your mortgage, pay all your taxes and insurance, you have $300. But remember, it's going to be things that break. It's inevitable. So over that time, you made 36,000 over 10 years, but you put 20 into the property to keep it maintained. So now you still have a profit of about $16,000, right? But the thing with that is now the house is worth more. So your $100,000 house turned into $150,000 house, right? And on top of that, you made $16,000 in your pocket. This is a good case scenario. It won't always work out like that. Sometimes you're going to lose. It's just the name of the game. But sometimes you're going to win even more. That $100,000 house might turn into a $300,000 or $400,000 house. It's just all depends on where you buy it at. So these are some of the things that I started seeing after I got in real estate. I've been in real estate for a couple years now, about 5 years now. So I didn't see the depreciation that I'm getting on my tax returns. I didn't see that while I was in that prison cell. Only thing I seen was if I put somebody in this place, I can make $300 a month. All right. So if I get enough places, if I get 10 places, I can make $3,000 a month. Now I don't have to go to my 9 to 5. So how do I get 10 houses? Right? Those is the things that I was thinking. And like I said, real estate is not how you get money, it's what you do with the money. So how do you get the money to get the 10 houses? That's the $1 million question. Because a lot of us don't even know where to get $100 at, let alone 100,000. So whenever you start doing your education, whenever you sit down and start learning something, all of this stuff will fall into place. But I just want you to understand that real estate is what you do with the money. It's not how you get the money, or unless you're doing the fix and flips or the wholesaling, it's what you do with it. And the things that you do with it is make sure it's bringing in income.